All that rapping, all that hubbub. What's going on with this? Why do we need so much presentation? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they're charging an arm and a leg for this kind of wine, and they want you to feel special, like you're unwrapping some sort of a special gift, which is fine. But ultimately, it's about what's inside the bottle. That's what you're paying for. So, hey, it's Dublin. Come eat and drink with me. Today, we're gonna try an intro to the cult cab. And this one is Matriarch. It is from the Bond Winery. It is their second label. So basically, if you're not familiar with what a cult cab is, it's kind of a nickname of what people have named those really high-end, kind of crazy cult Napa cabs that fetch, an arm and a leg. Think, Screagle, aka Screaming Eagle. Think of like Colgan and things of that nature. Bond is definitely one of them. Opus One is probably a name that you heard of. That's maybe on the lower tier, believe it or not, of a cult cab out of Napa. And Matriarch is supposedly kind of like right there with the Opus One area, but a little bit on the cheaper side compared to Opus. So let's see what's going on in this bottle. Is it worth the money? I would like to think so. And this is kind of why I'm doing this bottle, because I want to introduce you to something to where you otherwise might not go out and try, because this really is like on that higher end of the spectrum of what most people could rationally think to spend on a bottle of wine. But this could be that really special birthday year, major landmark kind of wine, kind of bottle, kind of a treat that you're giving yourself. And I chose Bond because these guys really, have made a big splash over the last, 15, 20 years. They have a bunch of really crazy single vineyard wines, and the Matriarch is supposed to be kind of a blend of what they sort out, what they feel expresses the best of all their different hillside vineyards. So it's not, that single kind of note symphony. It's supposed to be like an orchestra of all their different expressions and hillside vineyards coming into one. One thing that I really like about these special kind of cult cabs is the pedigree. And the pedigree, what I'm talking about is the grapes that they're sourcing from these special vineyards. I mean, you wouldn't believe how much per acre these things go for. So you get these, investment firms from around the world that come through and they buy up these lots, buy up these big names, because they know it's this liquid gold. It's going to print money with these. It's pretty obscene, honestly. But, Dublin wants to bring you the best. So let's see what we can do with this guy. So as far as pairing goes with this, I always try to bring some sort of a pairing to the table with what I'm going to do with these kind of crazy wines. And tonight I'm doing a nice dry-aged prime ribeye. And when I think of a big, bold, fatty ribeye, it always comes to mind as, oh yeah, we got to do a nice big Napa Cab with that. Not like, a sophisticated, like filet mignon where, it would be like a nice Bordeaux or a good lamb dish, nice Bordeaux. No, absolutely. If you're going to do a big ribeye, you got to go with a Napa Cab. And if you really want a special ribeye with a special bottle, that's when you got to go with this Matriarch. And here we have a 2017 Matriarch. And, as far as like these high pedigree types of wines, 2017 is still pretty young. Has a little bit of age on it, but really not that much. And that is why you definitely got to do a little decanter. So we busted out the decanter, this takeoff of that beautiful Riedel, beautiful decanter. And the thing I really love about this thing is on top of sophisticated wine, you get such a sophisticated, perfect pour out of it. Look at that, that's a thing of beauty. And it's really kind of nice. It's flashy, looks sophisticated, It pours perfect stream, so you're not splashing wine all over the place with all these bubbles and stuff. It goes with these beautiful wines that you're opening for your guests or for yourself. And I'm not judging. Wine is for sharing, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta treat yourself and enjoy it on your own. That is the occasion, right, Miles? The wine is the occasion. And this bottle can just be the occasion, or it could be a special occasion. So we're gonna get right down to it. Like I said, I'm doing a ribeye, but let's get into this wine first. And I'll bust out some tasty notes later and see how that ribeye paired with this Matriarch. Because, maybe this thing's too polished. Maybe it's a little too fancy-pantsy for just the big old slabby ribeye. Maybe you need something a little more sophisticated. I don't know. You really got to get into it and break it down, see if the tannin structure, if it's super, super velvety, like some of these high-end wines can be, then maybe the ribeye isn't the best pairing. You kind of want one of those like tannicky, high-extracted hillside vineyard type of wines. I chose this because it is a blend of all those different hillside vineyards. So I'm thinking, what better expression of Napa Valley can you get than multiple top-tier, cult-sourced Napa Cab vineyards? A perfect marriage. Like this has to be born to be paired with the ribeye, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe not. But let's get into the wine and find out. First, we're going to get into the nose. I'm going to take a look at this real quick. It really is dark. Most Napa Cabs, do have that dark garnet color, but this one definitely has a really nice darkness to it. Good extraction. You can tell concentrated mountain fruit. It is a very present nose. Has some really nice perfumey to it. I'm getting almost like a lavenderish type of thing going on. It's like a really interesting spice, not like a spice cupboard, but more of like a desert plant type of spice. If that makes sense. I don't know, but it does to me in my head. I'm thinking, yeah, this is like a desert plant, kind of like a lavender, like a Cleveland sage or something like that. And then you're getting some of those dark fruits coming out. Definitely that blackberry, absolutely, currants. But yeah, really, really nice. Really, has me excited when you have a good nose, kind of, a little telltale that you're dealing with a high quality wine here. Now, is it just leaping from the glass? No, but they don't always do that. Not every great wine is just going to jump right from the glass. You kind of really got to get that special bottle and that special vintage. 2017 was nothing special. There were fires. Bond discarded a bunch of their grapes. Supposedly, this wine really made it through and it's showing well. 2017 is not exactly, it's a 2017? We'll see. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Oh yeah. Huh. Whoa. This is gonna have no problem pairing and dealing with that ribeye. In fact, with anything, I'm really excited to take a bite of that ribeye and have a sip of this because it has some grip and acidity right away. I mean, it just, my mouth completely puckered, totally coated my palate, masked almost like everything I was tasting. It definitely needs more time to open up. Not that decanting gets rid of tannins, but sometimes it'll open up the expression of the grapes, of some of that fruit. That's what I'm saying. Age is the only thing that's going to get rid of tannins or tame the tannins down. But yeah, young high-end Napa Cab, for sure. This thing needs 10 more years, I can tell right off the bat. Wow. I have to say the palate, and I'm not panning it, is not as elegant, sophisticated as the nose. The nose, I was almost like, it's definitely Napa, but man, it has that like kind of beautiful perfuminess that like a really nice Bordeaux can sometimes have. But the palate, smacking you around a bit with those tannins, with that acidity. Yeah, the palate just kind of smacks you around right away. The nose is that really kind of sophisticated, elegant nose. A perfuminess that sometimes you get out of like a nice Bordeaux. I still knew it was Napa Cab, but it had that kind of elegance of a Bordeaux. And then you took a sip of it, and I just got backhanded going, hey, this isn't a Bordeaux, fella. My guy, this is a Napa Cab. This is hillside fruit, mountain fruit. It is concentrated. It is packed with black fruits, tons of currant, tons of blackberry in it. I'm trying to get more out of this, but the tannins are really kind of hiding any sort of tertiary notes whatsoever. It's hiding like exactly like sometimes I always like a little bit of blueberry. I'm hoping that blueberry comes out, but the tannins are really masking it. This needs some time. We're probably going to come back. We're going to revisit this. I will give you some other notes once this thing opens up a little bit and with the steak. All right, we're back with this ribeye. Big old juicy ribeye. Let's see how it stands up to this smacky in the mouth Napa Cab. So what I did with this, like I said, it's dry aged prime ribeye. I seared it on an iron skillet, basted it with some rosemary, thyme, garlic, butter. Got some flavor going on in there. Finished it with a little bit of black truffle butter. So really rich, really bold in flavor. Hoping it can take care of some of these tannins, bring some of that beautiful mountain fruit out. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. We'll do the ribeye cap. Perfect medium rare. Of course, Dublin, of course. Wow. That is rich, very rich. Perfect, should be perfect for a Napa Cab like this. All right, let's see. That is a beautiful marriage. Oh yeah, that ribeye really helped out those tannins. Not getting like necessarily like tertiary or secondary notes, but it's really letting that mountain fruit sing, really coming out to the forefront. I'm not getting that powdery, kind of puckery, coated feeling anymore. Let's do one more bite. I'm getting more chocolate too now. A little bit of chocolatiness, like kind of like a cocoa-iness coming out, along with the really beautiful concentrated dark fruits. Still getting a little bit of that spiciness, not too much though. It's kind of getting tamed down. That's where that battle between the ribeye and that cab is starting to take on. Ribeye's winning, kind of beating up a little bit of that spiciness, but then cab comes back and says, I am mountain fruit. Really kind of says, I can handle you, ribeye. I am a good pairing, and I do think it's a really good pairing. I think this wine is really, really nice. Does it live up to the hype? Well, for the money, I'm gonna have to say no. I think there are other better deals out there, especially, if you go to the Bordeaux area, you spend half that kind of money, I think you're gonna get a really good wine. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying, I don't know if you should run out and grab it for the price that they're fetching and the quality that you're getting. Great wine, really nice, but for the money, I'm expecting to be kind of wowed, like just really kind of blown away. I think you should be drinking a little bit better younger on top of that. Yes, the wine is gonna get better with 10 years, but is it gonna sit there and hit in the high 90s? Probably not in 2017, it's not gonna hit that. But I think it's a solid low 90 wine. It's definitely, you can tell, it has quality, it has pedigree, it has potential. It has all the things you're looking at of a good bottle. It's not quite there yet. It'll probably get better, but I would say if you're gonna go for it, find a better vintage, maybe something that's drinking a little bit better now, and also will improve with age. So all in all, really good pairing. I'm stoked. I'm happy I'm able to enjoy this. This is great. What an awesome evening I'm gonna have. But at the same time, I'm like, am I going to run out and grab another? Probably not. You know, I got it on allocation, specialty. I got a 3-pack. I have one more. I'm going to let that sit for probably 10 more years and see what I get. So anyway, I hope that you learned something. I hope that, you know, I introduced this Napa kind of cult wine to you. Entry level style. You don't have to sit there and blow like $500 on a brand new bottle of bond to check out kind of what's happening in that Napa cult scene. And at the same time, I hope you realize that you are worth it and you darn well deserve something special every once in a while. So you don't have to go and get this, but go and treat yourself because you deserve it. Just like I deserve this beautiful steak and this nice wine. We're alive and we got to enjoy every moment here and there. And that's what I love about wine. So I hope that comes across. Cheers, everyone. Have a good frickin' night.